excited. I am pumped. I'm also pumped that it's yours. I'm not like, welcome to Entertainment Weekly's Comic-Con Suite. I'm Sam Heifel, and I am joined by two of the cast and the creator of Teen Wolf, the movie. Also Teen Wolf, but we're here to talk about Teen Wolf, the movie.
Yes.
Okay, Jeff, I want to start because I remember even back when Teen Wolf was ending, we were already talking about, like, I want to say a podcast. There were, like, other iterations of the story. Yeah.
There was a podcast.
There was a podcast that was maybe happening. So Teen Wolf Living On was kind of, like, always a discussion, I feel like.
Yes.
How did this particular, like, this movie, this iteration come about for you?
Well, it was really Chris McCarthy at MTV. He wanted to bring it back. And he did the sort of unthinkable, which was get MTV and MGM aligned. And he made it happen. And I had a deal with Paramount Plus, and they said, we're going to do a Teen Wolf movie. And I said, with me?
What if they were like, no?
And they're like, yes. And they actually asked me, do you want to write it? And I said, or do you want to shepherd it? And I thought about someone else writing Teen Wolf, the movie, and I was like, no, I'm writing it. Yeah. So we all got in.
None of us would have done it if somebody else wrote it.
Yeah, it would have been weird. Definitely would have been
It would have been strange. Yeah. So it was sort of all coming together, and getting pretty much all the cast back was exciting to me, and revisiting the characters.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah.
Ditto. So ditto.
Well, what can you tell us about, like, what's actually happening in this movie?
You'll know a lot more when the trailer is released this
Yes,
afternoon.
very soon.
Ooh.
So you will see. I'll give a little tease of that. Yeah. It's Comic-Con. We got to show something.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But these two are back in a big way, and we get to see them in their lives later. I can tell you that it's a jump in time ahead.
Okay.
So we actually see an older Scott McCall. Scott McCall is now older than Tyler Posey.
Right. And I've always been older than Scott McCall.
That's weird.
It's
Is
very
that weird
weird.
for you?
It's cool.
Yeah.
It's nice, you
You
know?
have to, like, up the maturity a
Yeah,
little
I've
bit?
always played like a teenager my entire life, so now it's nice to play a 30-plus-year-old, you know?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, how has Scott changed since we last saw him, aside from just age?
Oh, man, I think Beacon Hills royally messed him up. And I think, I think
Sure.
everybody else that was living there,
Yeah.
except for Peter Hale. I think he thrives in Beacon Hills.
It's his
As
environment.
Ian Bowen thrives.
Exactly, yeah. But Scott's wanted to make a change. You know, he lives in Los Angeles now. Am I allowed to say that? It's scary having him here. He wanted to get out, try a new life, try something else on for size. Maybe step away from the leadership role a little bit. I think as great of a leader as Scott was innately and instinctually, it's confusing growing up in that world, and discovering
takes a toll.
Discovering who you are as a human, as an adult, while also trying to save the world. You kind of need to, like, sacrifice one for the other.
Sure.
So he wanted to figure himself out, discover himself a little bit, and I think he's a little bit more relaxed when we first pick him up, and it's definitely a different version of him. But then he might have to resort to old ways if Beacon Hills summons him
That
back.
was good. That was
Thanks,
good.
man.
That transition.
The dramatic
It's the coffee.
turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cold brew.
Okay, I have a similar question for Derek, though, because I have to say, when I got the release that was, like, playing Derek's son, I gasped. It also made me feel very old, but it's fine. Obviously, how is Derek as a dad?
You'll see. It's just ups and downs, but it's a lot of fun. I mean, with anything like with TV, the greatest thing that the writers and showrunners can give you is new things to play with each season. And Jeff was always so great about that. And so coming back for the movie, we wanted to do the same thing, like have something new for him that was an evolution. Because I really loved where Derek started on the show and where his story kind of ended. For me, it was a very, very well-told, full story told. So I thought it was a great thing to come back as a father and for his new challenge to not be about himself and figuring out who he was, but trying to guide his son through that same process.
Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Derek has basically the biggest character arc in
Absolutely.
the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, he starts out as pretty much a bad guy.
Yeah.
And is sort of a villain in season 2, and then gradually makes a turn. And we all wanted to see, what would Derek be like as a dad?
Yeah.
Is he a good dad? Is he an okay dad, or has he got some issues? And one of the things that was great about this as well is both Tylers are producers on the movie as well, so they got to have a hand in making the movie. And Tyler was there to cast his son. So yeah.
Very, very fun. I've been very lucky to be doing this job for most of my life, so it's been over 25 years now, which is crazy. I mean, for Posey too, like we've both been doing this since we were kids. So to be on the other side of that and to see all these young kids coming in and sending in great tapes and then being able to read with them on the, it was COVID and I was shooting them somewhere else, so like
He directed
Zoom
them, too.
things. Jeff was very kind to let me direct them in the chemistry reads, which was really fun. So really, really enjoyed that. And Vince Mattis is the kid who ended up playing my son Eli, and he's fantastic. Great kid, great actor, and we were lucky to have him. So very, very fun and new, exciting challenges to kind of play with.
The producer role looks good on you, dude. You wear it so well, and I'm just very proud of you and happy for you.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Love you, buddy.
Love you, bud.
I will say I rewatched the pilot not that long ago, and Derek has come a long way from just like being that guy in the freaking shadows,
Hanging out behind the trees.
Standing out in the woods.
just standing there like staring at them.
Little do we know that Derek was actually peeing in the woods before.
All the time. Before there? Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
They're here every time.
Yeah. Okay. Obviously, we know Styles is missing from this movie.
Yes.
Is he there? What can you? I mean, you've written seasons of the show without Styles as well. Is he? Like, all I want to know is Stydia okay? Like, what is?
The movie does answer the question of what happened to Stydia, so you're going to have to watch.
I don't know that I like
And
it.
Styles, while he isn't in the movie, is ever present in the movie.
Yeah.
So he certainly, I mean, these characters, they all leave an influence. So there's no way we could have done it without mentioning him, or at least referencing. But all the other characters are there too, and you'll see some familiar faces.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
excited about that too.
Well, I do have to ask. I know you probably can't tell me how, but like, how? Maybe I'll pose this to you, Posey.
Oh, no.
We don't know how Allison is back, but obviously Crystal's in the movie. We know that.
Yes.
How does that affect Scott?
Yeah, in a big way, definitely.
Great answer. Great answer.
Huge way, massive.
Allison meant the most to Scott.
Yeah.
Out of anybody he's been with, and I think tried to recreate that in other relationships and never could. And I think we tend to do that as humans. We try to a relationship really worked for us, or there were moments of it that we miss, and now we try to maybe recapture that in other relationships. And I think Scott has been trying to do that. So yeah, it's a big deal for sure.
Yeah.
That's all I can say.
That was good. That was good. You did
Okay,
that.
cool.
Not another
All right.
goddamn word.
The trailer's coming soon, people. I will let you guys go, but thank you
Thank
for
you.
stopping
We'll be
by.
back with you guys.
Great to see you again.
For everybody else, stay tuned to EW.com for all your Comic-Con needs.